So first one, Christian, first one off the top of your head, what is a better way to market yourself during AEP better than standing in Walmart harassing seniors?
Seminars.
Absolutely. But give us an example of a seminar, again, from the perspective if someone has no idea how a seminar would work.
Sure.
Yeah, give them a basic understanding.
So real quick, I want to say one more thing before I go into this. I will say, I think that if you're comparing Walmart to other retail locations, I think as a whole, it was probably better than the CVS's, the Walgreens, things like that, because I think you have more foot traffic than you have in those places. My first AEP, I actually sat in a Smith's store for United Healthcare. And Smith's is a Kroger-owned location, for those of you that don't know. It's just Utah thing, And I literally was put in the back near the condoms. My United Healthcare manager came and visited me and roasted me for like 30 minutes because I was in the back. And I wrote maybe 6-7 apps from it, something like that. But I committed to being there 20 hours a week. And when you commit to being there, it's essentially like you're registering for a sales event. And if you miss it, they send secret shoppers to check on you. Someone I knew that shared the booth with me. He did 20 hours. I did 20 hours that AEP. He actually, like, after about a month or maybe 2 or 3 weeks of doing it, he was like, screw this, and started just like walking around the store and doing, like, he was bored. And secret shopper came and saw I wasn't there, and he had to do a training because they caught him not being there. And so, but anyway, I think Walmart's better than a lot of those, but
Sure.
but I think it's still retail.
It's still retail.
It's still retail.
It's still retail.
Okay, so seminars, right?
Seminars.
I'm gonna say, like, seminars, you can do high budget seminars, you can do low budget seminars. You can do seminars in a library, in a senior center, different kind of places like that. And they're a little bit lower budget. You're not serving meals. You can do dinner seminars at a restaurant. We have tons of training. We've actually put into Six Figure Medicare University on this, on how to do this, but that's one. And that's a great one. You could do telemarketing leads with lead heroes. Telemarketing campaigns with lead heroes.
Yeah. So I was going to explain this as preset appointments.
Yes.
For number 2. And again, we're going to give you guys 10. I don't care if we have to sit here on the stream for 10 hours. We're going to give you 10 solid options. It won't take. It'll take 10 minutes. But preset appointments, I think, are going to have a special place in this AEP because of the 48-hour rule that's coming back. I think previously maybe there was a little more of a run and gun that could be done. But with the 48-hour rule coming back, I think there is going to be a great option with preset appointments. Taking a CMS compliant data source, having a virtual assistant make those calls. They can set the appointment and gather the scope on that same call. So that way, all you're doing as an agent is you are running that appointment, whether it's telephonically or in person. All you're doing is thinking about selling, running that appointment, and the scope's already done. The appointment's already been set 2 days or further out. The entire compliance end of it has been removed, so you don't have to stress about that. And you're able to just, boom, hit the ground running. And think about how many, and again, like when I'm thinking about from a scheduling point of view, you could have 10, 12, 14, 20 of those stacked in a day. I mean, you could put as many of those preset appointments in a day as you want. Obviously, there's a cost to that. But when you compare it to a retail location where maybe you only got one person that you were able to talk to that day, you have no control. I think that's part of the thing that drives me nuts when people talk about retail is you are standing there just praying essentially for your consumer, your potential customer, this senior, to walk and talk to you, versus a preset appointment where there's interest, you've got the scope, it's all just stacked and you're ready to go, and so much more control that way. So there's 2, okay? Preset appointments, seminars. What's another one, Christian? We'll go back and forth.
Facebook ads.
Facebook ads. Anything in addition you want to say about that?
There's a lot of different types of Facebook ads. So I mean, that's a pretty big broad demographic here, but I think with Facebook ads, whether you're running, I'm actually going to put running your own Facebook ads in one category. I'm going to put buying Facebook leads from a vendor in another category. If you don't know how to run them, if maybe you don't have confidence in running them,
sure,
I'll put that in its own category, because you can buy them from, shout out to a Zach Rucker from Game Changer Leads.
Sure.
Get them for pretty cheap, $15 to $17. If maybe you don't know how to run them, you can run them yourself and get them lower than that. But with Facebook ads, you can run. Eric said in the comments, messenger ads. Messenger ads are good. You can do lead generation ads where you're capturing the person's information on the Facebook platform. You can do conversion ads where you're sending them to a landing page, and the landing page is capturing them. You're automating them, all that stuff.
What if someone has no idea about content for the ad? What would you say to an agent that said, "Hey, I want to run my own Facebook ads, Christian. What content do I use?" What would you say to that? Ask
ChatGPT and have it. Literally, I'm serious.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Eric talked about that at the summit, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
ChatGPT is as good at writing ad copy as any person right now. There might be some people out there that are best of the best of the best, but it's going to be better than 8 out of 10 people running ads probably.
There is a AI software called, I think it's adcreatives.ai. I'll look it up while I'm on the live here because I don't want to give you guys the wrong website. I've also been trying to change my background to being inside a Walmart. But for some reason, this stupid StreamYard won't let me. I guess I had to change it. But it is. I just checked. So it's adcreative.ai. And it's almost like ChatGPT, but specific for creating ads online. I've done very little with it so far, so I don't want to give you too big of a recommendation. But from what I've seen, it looks like a cool resource. So check that out. But it's a great point. It's that simple. Let's not overthink it, right?
Right, for sure. So that's 4 in my mind.
Direct mail was obviously, that's one that has to be mentioned for sure.
Mail. Senior expos, event we will be sitting. We'll have some people in our office sitting at a booth at a 2-day senior expo. 2 of them actually during AEP, but that's an expo where there's literally just seniors coming.
A focused demographic.
There's going to be 10,000 seniors coming over 2 days. So is that
6 senior expos? 6?
Yeah, I'd say senior expos, and if you don't have a senior expo in your area, you can do you can put a table or a booth at a flea market or something like that. You'll probably do better than Walmart, something like that, and it's probably cheaper. Because Walmart, assuming they're still making you pay that $1,500 up front. I don't know.
Which is so great, man. Hats off to Walmart for capitalizing on that, right?
So that's 6.
6. 7. I'm going to say referral partners. Easy layup. Talking to people who don't do anything in the Medicare space, who are dealing with seniors. This could be P&C agents. Financial advisors is a really great one because, again, they're dealing with people in that retirement age. All sorts of different sources for referral partners, though. We got a question here. So referral partners is 7?
Yeah, I think working with providers would be building referral partners. I think that'd be kind of the same.
Yeah, like doctors. Yeah, doctors, pharmacies. Yeah, for sure. That's referral partners, I'd say. So
that's
to you. Handing the torch back to you. Seth, we'll go back and forth here. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Baton back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I want to give them the best one possible. There's so many that we could do.
Sure, there is a lot.
I'm going to do a pretty basic one. Yeah. If you're with Integrity, you have access to Lead Center. You can buy leads. You might even be able to work with your FMO and have them subsidized during AEP. They've been doing that the last couple of AEPs for certain agents to where they'll pay.
I feel like paid lead vendors, though. You mentioned paid lead vendors with Facebook leads. I'd say that's kind of
we could kind of categorize that in one category, I suppose. I would say doing Medicare 101s for senior communities, 55 and up communities.
That's a fantastic option. Yep.
8.
So educational. Yeah, that's cheating. Thank you. I'm holding him accountable tonight, you guys. He's like, well, there's like 5 different lead vendors. We're going to finish this off. Yeah, 5 lead vendors.
We got lead concepts. We got need a lead. We got all direct mail companies, 10 direct mail companies. We have ARM. We have.
So 8. Yeah. Educational events, which I think are fantastic. And it's also a great way to set yourself up. If you're a newer agent, I think you really can set yourself up as an expert in front of your prospects, right? They're seeing you explain something that's complicated to them. You simplify it. They're excited about working with you. That could potentially lead to dozens and dozens of applications in one sitting. That's without a doubt, in my mind, better than Walmart for sure. So I love that. Man, I had one. Oh, I have a great one. One that Christian does really, really well, you guys. This is number 9. We're already at 9. Content marketing. So Christian has the Everything Medicare podcast. That thing, at this point, he barely touches it.
It still brings in
to his downfall. Yeah, and it's still bringing policies in the door. But it doesn't have to be a podcast. You could do content marketing through a live stream video like what Christian and I are doing right now. You could do recorded videos. You could do all sorts of different content surrounding Medicare and AEP to try to get people to reach out to you and drive inbound traffic. So that's 9. So we're literally at the 1 yard line here to 10 different ways you can market yourself before I would do anything with Walmart. And again, as Christian's trying to put together the last one here, I'll say this, I'll give him a little bit of time. This was the reason why I was so fired up about the Walmart conversation is if I'm going into this AEP, even if Walmart was an open door for me and I had Walmart as an option, it's probably the last thing on my list. As an agent, with everything I know about marketing, with everything I've seen, especially, and here's the other thing I really wanted to say on this live stream tonight too. When I look at the most successful Medicare agents in this space, the most successful agents that I've gotten to know over the years, the people with thousands of clients on the books, the people who are essentially retired, they don't even have to really do anything anymore day to day if they don't want to. They're essentially just managing their book. I would say 0 of them ever worked in Walmart or even ever worked in a retail location, period. So that's always been a big thing to me too. Is like, let's look at what the most successful people in the space are doing. Oh, none of them are doing Walmart. So why are we upset about Walmart? I don't get it. I'm still blown away by what's been going on. So we're at 9. Christian, drum roll.
So
number 10.
Eric has one I'm going to read after I say mine. So Eric should be 11.
Thank you for not cheating.
Eric's
I
for number 10.
I can't.
But Eric had a good one, and I don't want it to go ignored.
Okay.
But my 10th one would be build your local Google My Business in your area, because people will very easily stumble across you when Googling for help in the area. Like, it doesn't take much. Get good reviews. Set up your Google My Business page properly.
Local SEO.
Put lots of pictures on your Google My Business. Like, I talked about this today. I was recording some videos earlier today, and I talked about this on a video. And I said, when you go to a restaurant, you're looking at what? The number of reviews. Like, if I'm going out to lunch, right, and I've never been to a place in my area, I'm looking at number of reviews on Google. I'm looking at the star rating out of 5 stars, and I'm seeing how many pictures I can find of the restaurant. So I can kind of see, like, if it has 2 pictures and they're like really like, and they're dark, I can't really see, like, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what I'm getting into here. So set up your Google My Business, tie it to your website, and if you do a good job structuring that in a pretty short amount of time, you can get people finding you organically in your area. And Google's going to favor you as a local business over a national business. So there's one right there that is humongous if it's done correctly.
I love that one. I know agents who've done extremely well with really basic local SEO. So that was a fantastic one. If you guys aren't doing that, do that. I want you to say Eric's, and then I have 2 more that are top ahead. We'll stack on this thing. Let's just keep going.
Love it.
Cover Eric's and then I'll go 2 more.
Okay. Eric said, update your Facebook profile to clearly state what you do for a living, then post in local Facebook groups. Yeah. This is a great one. Answering questions and helping provide value. Then when they take a peek at your profile, they'll see what you do for a living and how to reach out. That's a great one. Like Fantastic. That is a really, really good, easy one. Like anybody can do that. Anybody can start doing that right now. Like, I was living in Harriman, Utah, probably 3 or 4 years ago. I sold my house, moved to Sandy because Sandy's where the wealthy people live. And I want to live amongst the wealthy people.
I don't want to be with the poors.
But anyway, when I was up there, when I first got my house up in Harriman, I joined a bunch of Harriman Facebook groups for residents. I posted some pictures of me and my family, like nice pictures of us all together, like introducing myself and,
that's awesome.
Being like, I'd love to be a resource for the community, that kind of thing. I had 2 people inbox me from that first day. There you go. Like that's a great one. Great suggestion from Eric. I want to hear yours. Then we'll have 13.
Yeah. So, I think the local Facebook groups are great. The other one that came to mind, there's an app called Nextdoor that a lot of people are on. It's kind of like an app for local communities, social media. So that kind of ties into the local SEO. Your local market's probably pretty untapped compared to trying to battle the national market, which is just blood and gore from all the biggest names in the industry dropping billions of dollars. So why would you fight all of them when your local market's probably going to be so much easier anyway? So I love that. Love that. So that's a couple more.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah. So a couple more that are top of mind for me. So one is having your own website. We didn't really talk about that. A basic website you can just kind of, I've set up websites for people. I've set a website up for my wife. She's a doula, and it took me all of a few hours, 4 different pages, and a capture form, like a lead capture form on there. It's going to make you look more professional. You can capture leads through it. You could even set appointments directly through your own website. So setting up your own website's a no-brainer. You could do it yourself with some of these DIY builders, or you could always pay someone else to do it, but it'd be crazy not to have your own website at this point. The other one is your book of business. If you have any type of existing clients, we didn't even talk about this one. This is like the lowest of the low-hanging fruit, right?
This should have been like 1 or 2.
This should have been 0. This should have been the first of the first. Existing clients in any capacity, final expense. If you have life insurance clients, maybe you're a PNC agent, whatever type of existing clients you already have on the books, absolutely one of the first people I would be calling for sure. Reaching out to them. Maybe you're sending them mail, email, maybe you're having your virtual assistant reach out and talk to them and say, hey, just want to get an update on your prescriptions, want to get an appointment set up for Christian. He's doing reviews, like whatever that looks like. And then I'm running away.
I'm running away from these.
And so this is really a third additional one I'm going to drop for you guys. It's your warm market. It's kind of cliche and it's not the first one, but again, I would still classify this as probably better than Walmart. Letting your friends, your family, and your neighbors know. This kind of ties back into the local Facebook, local SEO. But your warm market should know what you're doing. Obviously, that doesn't mean that they're all going to be a fit. But if I tell my friend and maybe their parent is 68 and they have questions about their Medicare policy, right? So letting your warm market know what's going on and just letting them know, hey, I'm a Medicare expert. AEP can be crazy and complicated. Like, please, if you know any seniors who need help, this is my phone number. This is my website. This is my email. Have them reach out.
Yeah.
I mean, so what are we at now? Is that 14?
It's 14. I mean, we could go to 100, I bet.
I really think we could, and all better than Walmart.
Yeah. Like probably will get you more policies than an average Walmart. Like, obviously we're not talking about the prime time locations or anything like that, but several of those things are things you can scale on. So they're going to be better than any location, but there's so much. There's so much.
I have a question. So we'll put a pin in the list for now, since I feel really good about what value. I mean, seriously though, what an immense value for anybody who watches this. Like, 14 different ways to market yourself for AEP. That's better than standing in a retail location or sitting at a table in a retail location.